Hi there, and welcome to Deep Diving with Google Sheets. So this session is going to help you learn a little bit more about how to analyze your data using some of the favorite and my absolute best shortcuts that are located in Google Sheets. So first thing I'm going to have you do is if you access this slide, you'll be able to access the rest of the materials. So whenever you get here, just be sure that you do use the bit.ly located in the top left corner, and it is case sensitive. So the 3 D's do need to be capitalized. Whenever you get here, all you're going to do is tap on this fish. And once you tap on that fish, it's going to go ahead and take you to our course materials. So this is where everything that you see is going to be here. If you want to access the Wakelet, there's also a shortener right here as well. So whatever is the most easiest for you. So below, you're going to have all of our session materials, including how to get access to the digital workbook. So the workbook is where you're going to get all of the practice, and this is what you will need to submit in order to earn credit. Just be sure once you finish the session, you do submit a reflection right here on these Google Slides. Whenever you open these slides, there'll be some templates that you can select. So this is where you can submit a reflection. The way that you'll find the slide that you need is you're going to come all the way over here to the left corner, and you're just going to tap on this arrow that's next to the plus sign, and then choose the session that you intended. Below on this Wakelet, you're going to see a couple of different options. You're going to see some tutorials and resources. People that I recommend you follow include Jake Miller and Eric Kurtz. Fantastic gentlemen. They have the best shortcuts for Sheets, obviously myself, because I love to share everything. To get your copy of the workbook, come up back toward the top and then tap on this icon, and you'll see this screen pop up. Go ahead and click on Make a Copy, and this will make a digital workbook copy within your own Google Drive that you can edit and make changes to and follow along for this session. So all of these throughout are going to show you a couple different skills that I think are really important when trying to analyze a spreadsheet with students' information. This could be information like a tracker that you're using to monitor students' work. This could be responses from a Google form that you're trying to analyze quickly. Maybe it's a quiz. Maybe it's an inventory sheet. You're just trying to keep track of maybe who you've been contacting and who's been reaching out. So I'm just going to come up here and label mine L. Hawkins. And then I'm also going to type my name in this cell as well, Lauren Hawkins. So hello, welcome to Deep Dive. And then you'll see some ways that you can contact me as well. So you can send me an email, or you can always follow me on Twitter. So the first skill that I'm very excited to show you is doing checkboxes. So checkboxes is one of the best skills that is really, really helpful here. I'm also going to show you some other nice tips. So first of all, you can already see in column C and D that the words are kind of cut off. So one of my favorite shortcuts is to come here where you see that blue line that's hovered. All you're going to do is double click on that blue line, and Google Sheets will automatically adjust the column width to fit all of the words. Another one I'm going to show you is how to alternate some colors. So when you're dealing with a lot of data, it can be challenging looking across a row and trying to find all the information for a student. So what I'm going to do is highlight this whole table that I'm looking for. One way to do this is to tap on the Explore icon in the bottom right, and you'll see that it's already made some formatting suggestions. You can always tap on Format as well and tap on Alternating Colors. So I'm going to choose blue, and then you can always make those adjustments as you need, and then just tap on Done. Another thing before we move on is remembering how to name cells if you're not familiar. So anytime you're naming cells in Sheets, it's always by column, so D, and by row. So this one would be D3, for example. All right, now let's go ahead and add some checkboxes. So I'm just going to highlight all of those cells, and all you have to do is come up to the Insert menu and scroll down just a little bit to where you see checkbox. And that's it. Now you have all these checkboxes. So I can check, okay, I've contacted home, these kids have attended tutoring, and this one. Okay, so the next skill that I think is really helpful is doing something called conditionally formatting. So conditionally formatting is when you automatically highlight cells of information based on some kind of characteristic. So let's say for this one, I'm interested in color coding based on teacher. So I want to know where all of Stark's kids are. So I'm just going to highlight all the teachers that I need, come up to Format, and then scroll all the way down to where I see conditional formatting. So I'm going to choose text. You can either do contains if you just want to kind of start it with ST. You can also change it to where text is exactly, if you'd like to do that as well. Okay, and I'm going to make all of Tony Stark's kids go gray. I can turn any color that I want. So I'm going to make his codes go in yellow. And then you tap on done. You can also add another rule. So maybe I could do text contains the words B. So that's all of Banner's kids. So let's put him in blue. And not too bad. So now I can quickly see how that works. Let's say Monica switches classes. So now she's in Banner's class. You'll see it automatically goes blue for me. We're also going to go ahead and insert some checkboxes because it's always nice to practice that skill because now I want to keep track on which kids have made a submission. So I'm going to tap on insert. I'm going to choose checkboxes. So now what I'm going to do is show you how to color code the checkboxes so that once you give it a check, it codes green. So it's a lot easier to see who's been turning in their work. So same thing again, click and highlight all the cells with the checkboxes. Still going to come up to format, conditional formatting. So this time I'm going to choose text is exactly. So in Google Sheets, if a checkbox has been checked, they classify that as true. So that means yes, it's checked, thumbs up. So those are going to go green. Maybe I want to approach it based on score. So you can do that. So I'm going to come up, same thing to format, conditional formatting. Let's do it based on score. So I can scroll down and say, okay, if it's less than the number, or you'll see or equal to. So you could do, if it's 69 and below, we're going to classify those in red because that means those kids are failing. If I want to know where my bubble kids are, so I can do is between, so I can say 70 and 79. Let's put those kids in orange. So those kids are pretty close. And add as many rules as you'd like. Again, maybe is between, so I'm going to say 80 and 89. I'm going to put those maybe in yellow, and then everyone else with a 90, I can either color code or I don't have to, but I can just say greater than 90. And those are my mastery kids. Done. Again, if this kid's score changes, maybe he dropped to a 72, you'll see that it automatically color codes. This is an 88. Not too bad. All right, same thing with tutoring if you'd like. Maybe all I care about is the kids who have not attended tutoring because those are the kids that I need to call. So I'm just going to do text contains the letter N, and I'm going to put those guys in red. So those are the kids I need to make sure I'm contacting. If I want to look at all the kids, again, always tap on done when you're ready. Add a rule. I'm curious about my kids that are below. So I'm just going to do text contains BEL. And again, I'm going to put that in red. So those are the kids that I'm looking for. And maybe my approaching kids as well. So text contains APP. It's one of the best things. All right, approaching. So again, if I want to come back here and say, okay, Phoebe's now below, she's now going to automatically be color coded. All right, duplicates. This is very helpful if somebody happens to submit a form twice or you have duplicate information. Perhaps a kid is located in two places and you're combining sheets from multiple grade levels, multiple content. All you're going to do is highlight all of your cells that have the information that you need. So here, and you probably can already see a couple of my kids. Obviously, this shortcut's more helpful when you have a much longer spreadsheet. This one's a little different because you're going to choose the data menu. You're going to come all the way down where you're going to see remove duplicates and select that. It's going to ask where all of the columns that you would like to look at and then hit remove. So it said it found 2 things and now I have 7 unique. All right, splitting is also very nice. This is helpful if you've made a Google form and you had students enter their entire name into one response. So this can be hard because if you ever need to sort by last name, right now I'm really not able to do that because the first and the last name are together. So I'm just gonna split these just to help. So first thing I need to do is I need to insert a column. So I'm going to insert this column on the right, and I'm going to put the last names here, and I'm going to put the first names here. So to split them, I'm going to select all the cells that I'm ready to do, tap on data at the top, and then you're going to scroll until you see split text to columns. Select it. It's going to try to detect the separator automatically. You have a couple options. You can either keep it as automatic or you can tap on the space bar. All done. All right, filters. Again, very helpful if you have a very long spreadsheet because it would be helpful to find just the ones that I need. Yes, I can conditionally format, but it might be a little bit faster if I just focused on the ones that I need. So I'm going to highlight, and then I'm going to choose the insert. Oh, sorry. So I'm going to highlight the headers, and I'm going to choose data, and I'm going to hit create a filter. And it'll turn green. So now I'm just interested in looking for, let's say, just my third graders. So I'm going to tap on here, and I'm going to uncheck everyone except third grade. Cool, and it looks like Nick Fury did turn in his form. If I just want to look at who turned or who hasn't turned in their form, all right, then I can copy that list and send it to a teacher. It's one of the best shortcuts that's available. All right, sorting. First skill before you sort is you want to go ahead and freeze a row. So what I mean by freeze, come up here to view after selecting your first row. You'll see it kind of go gray. And you're going to hover freeze and you're going to choose row 1. So this is a nice option, especially, again, if your spreadsheet is long, because once you start scrolling, your header stays put. So it's a little better than having to scroll down and being like, now what with that column again? So now we're ready to go ahead and we can sort the data. Not too bad. Let's say I want to sort by first name, just to show you a couple of options. You've got data, sort A to Z. So you'll see them go. Maybe I want to sort by last name. So again, I can go under data and then sort A to Z. This is very helpful if you have kids that are signing up for an option. It can be great for multiple choice. It can be great just so that you don't need to worry about spelling. You can also conditionally format based on answer choices. So you're going to tap on data and you're going to choose data validation. From the option, you want to choose a list of items that will be selected. So I'm going to do sandwich, and then I'm going to do a salad, and I'll do a soup. Tap on save, and now you'll see that I have a custom drop-down menu. Text wrapping is also very helpful. Again, if you have students submit maybe a Google form and it was a paragraph, and you start to see their answers get cut off, all that good stuff. So when that happens, I like to do text wrapping. So you select the cell that you would like, and you're going to come up to your menu where you see text wrapping, and you're going to choose this middle option where it says wrap. So now it's all contained in that cell. It doesn't overlap, makes it a lot easier to try to find your answers and nothing gets cut off. All right, the last thing I'm going to show you is going to be viewing formulas. Formulas are really the game changer in Sheets. There's a lot of hidden ones in there, so I wanted to show you some of my absolute favorite ones. So finding the average, all formulas work very nicely because they'll all start out with an equal sign, and you'll already see that Google Sheets made a suggestion. So Sheets always loves to make a suggestion. Don't worry if you don't see it because I'm going to show you how to do it manually. But the suggestion is nice because I can just tap on that, equals the formula, and then it's saying C2 to C7. And you'll see that's in orange, and you'll see those cells have been orange, and it even estimates the number at the very top. Just be sure you hit enter, and you'll see that. You can always kind of shrink those decimals down by using these options here. So if you'd like to bring this in a little bit, you can always do that as an option as well. All right, median, so again, equals. Oh, well, it doesn't look like a suggestion was made, so I'm just going to start typing median, and oh, there it is. I'm going to select it, and now all I'm going to do is select the first cell and drag all the way down until I get to the last one. Not too bad. Here's the best thing about all of these, is that if I change number, like if this one drops to 70, Oh, okay, what if it drops to 68? Those formulas are automatically updating because I've referenced just the cell and not the number. Minimum equals min, I'll start typing, see, oh, find the minimum value. Same thing, select the top and drag all the way down, hit enter when you're finished. Maximum, oh, maximum's right there, same thing. I'm gonna close this because it's kind of in the way. Select the first cell, drop down to the bottom. All right, number of A's. So this one is gonna be a little bit interesting because I need to count everything that's basically higher than a 90. So I'm gonna say count, and this is gonna be a count if formula because I'm only gonna count the ones that I need. So I'm gonna choose all of the cells that I'm looking for, and then I'm gonna do a criteria that I need. Okay, so I'm gonna choose all of these cells. I'm gonna put a comma, all right? Only looking at if it's 90 or higher. So I'm gonna use some quotations, and I'm gonna say greater than or equal to a 90, and then close that off. So right now it's saying there are 2 scores that have A's, and that would be correct. So now let's say Chandler came in and did some test corrections, so now he has a 95. Ah, number of A's is updated. Same thing for number of failing. So it's going to be a count if, so only count the cells if they're below a certain number. So select all the cells that I want the formula to look for, and then some quotations. So now I'm going to do is less than or equaled to 70. Well, actually just less than 70, because 70 is technically passing. And then same thing. So it looks like I have 2 kids that are failing, which is true, Phoebe and Joey. All right, number that have attended tutoring. So right now, let's say 2 kids have attended tutoring. So all I really need to do is count the cells that have something checked. So one option to do this is, again, we're gonna count if. You're gonna choose all of these cells, and it's gonna be just like how you conditionally formatted. If it was checked, it'll be true. So I'm gonna use some quotations and type the word true. So true, these people have attended tutoring. And then done. So again, I can come up here and you'll see those numbers automatically adjust. Okay, so in this last tab called Advanced Formulas, I'm gonna show you how to use a formula to conditionally format, which sounds a little scary, but I think it's gonna be very helpful. So you're gonna highlight all of the cells that you're looking for, because what I would like to do now is highlight a whole row if a student has attended tutoring. So go ahead and select all your cells in blue, still gonna tap on format, and you're still gonna choose conditional formatting. Except instead of choosing any of the numbers or any of these other options, you need the option that says custom formula. So what I'm gonna do is compare really column D. If I see the word true, it's been checked, I want everything highlighted in green. So I'm gonna want it to go green, but only if I see a check mark. So I'm gonna do equals D2 equals true. So the $sign you see actually will lock down the column for me. So it's always gonna check column D, but 2 is just telling the rule where it's gonna start. You're gonna start in D2, but you're gonna move and look down all of the rows. But you're always gonna stay in column D. Go ahead if you are ready to submit your credit. First thing you're gonna do is you're gonna tap on the green share option. And to make this a lot easier, you can either share it with me, or if you'd like to change the link just so that anyone in RISD can view. That's gonna be a huge thing, is making sure that you do change that. When you're ready, tap on done. Go ahead and earn your PD credit by hovering on here and opening up this link. This will take you to the Google form that you will need to complete in order to earn credit. When you tap on next, this is where you're gonna see the option where you're gonna upload your proof of attendance. So you may either share it with me and Morgan so that we can view it, or you can do it the way that I showed you, which is how anybody can view. Thank you so much for attending this session. I know there were a lot of choices and I appreciate you picking this one. Please please feel free to reach out for absolutely anything if you have any questions at all regarding Google Sheets. It's really one of my favorite tools in the G Suite family. Have a great day.